Hey everyone, welcome back. Dave Guerra here, Lessons in Leadership, Lessons in Leadership. Today I want to talk about the 10 wisdoms that only time and getting older will give you, free of charge. So we're going to jump the gun here. For you, I'm still learning, don't get me wrong, but some of these I've already experienced. But for those of you that are still young and inexperienced, haven't had this happen, guess what? It's going to happen. And, I'll explain why it's going to happen and why it's an experience for me and why I'm sharing it with you. Because, hey, everybody needs a little heads up, a little push sometimes, a little nudge. And sometimes they just need to be reassured that, hey, if it's happening to you, it's already happened to someone else before. So let's get started with the 10 wisdoms that only time and getting older will give you free of charge. Number 1, lost money can be found, but lost time is lost forever. You need to know what's important, what the priorities are in your life, what's important, what stands above everything else. And if you choose wisely, then kudos to you. However, if you choose poorly, don't come crying, bitching, and moaning how you were wrong. Step up, be an adult, and live with the fallout of that poor decision. That's just the way it is. At some point, people get tired of hearing your bitching, your moaning, your crying, and guess what? It's time to step up. And, you can try to do it, but you cannot go back in time and recover it. You cannot turn back time. It's not a thing. It might be in a song, but it's not a real thing. It just doesn't happen. Number 2, learning to learn and changing yourself is a superpower. Yes, every time you crack open a book, you're changing your life. Every time you listen to someone who's been through what you're going through, you're changing your life. Oh yeah, and that reminds me. Like I said, that reminds me. Every time, at any time in your life, anything you're going through, everything that you're going through right now, someone else has already gone through it. There's 8 billion people in the world. The world's been around for a couple million years, but humans haven't been around that long. But still, the thing is that it's happened already. Someone else has gone through it. Someone has lost a job. Someone has had a broken heart. Someone else has done this. Someone else has done that. Someone's been left stranded on the side of the road. Someone's been given that white rose. It happens. It happens. And then again, someone got the job that they wanted. Someone graduated. It happens. It's unique to you because it's happening to you and not someone else. So remember that. So if that's your only point of contention, then there's nothing to worry about. It's already happened to you. Ooh. So every time you do not repeat the mistakes of yesterday, guess what? You are changing your life. So kind of remember that anything you do in the positive is changing your life. And when you can change your life, when you can change your future, that is a superpower. Speaking of life changing, and I mentioned that just briefly, about your job. Your job, you got the job you've always wanted. Great, congratulations. But remember, you are not your job. Your job is a means to an end. Okay? You want to retire one day. You want to get rich one day. Yes, that's your ultimate goal. Fantastic. But guess what? You got to work for it. You got to work for it. So your job is not what defines you. Yes, you give, don't get me wrong, you give 100% when you're working. But you still have to be yourself. You still have to define yourself. And your job is not to define. Yes, you might be a firefighter. Yes, you might be a teacher. But again, are you a teacher in the truest sense of the word? Or are you a teacher just because you're collecting that paycheck so you can go do margaritas on a Friday after work and laugh at the kids and laugh at the parents? Again, that's just the way it is. So again, no, it's who you are that defines who you are, not your job. Now, speaking of who you are and your job, and as part of all of that and growing, you're gonna be networking. You're gonna be meeting people. You've got to learn how to network with people. And this one, if you don't do it right, it's gonna be a long time because if no one tells you, and I'm going to tell you, but if no one tells you, it's gonna be even longer and it's gonna hurt even more. Networking is about giving, not about giving your business card. No, it's not about that. It's about giving people your time. It's about giving people your attention. Give them all you can without giving them your business card. Because if all you think that networking is about is your business card, then you're wrong. If it's about connecting with people, it's about getting to know them, if it's about you getting to know them and not the other way around. Let them ask for your business card. Don't just say, oh, here's my business card. No. And if you turn around to leave and they say, hey, can we have your business card? Have a business card. I know this is 2020, but guess what? Business cards are still a valuable thing. There's a way to get in contact with you instead of, here, I'll type in my digits. No, you know what? Give them something to hold on to. Give them something to remember you by. But let them ask for it. Don't just give it to them. Again, what you're giving them is your time. You're giving them your attention. That's what you want to give them right off the bat. Get to know them. Know their name. Write it down if you have to. And then let them ask you for a business card. The best teacher you will ever have, and again, this is the best teacher you will ever have, is your last mistake. See, no one respects the flame than the fool who was badly burned. The moment you forget your past mistakes is the moment you're going to make them again, and it's that simple, folks. Again, you make a mistake, you get burned, like they say. You're twice shy about it. You're not going to get burned again because, again, if you forget that you got burned, you deserve to get burned. So be careful. Learn from your past mistakes. And speaking of learning, and again, it's all about learning, and we learn things. Good manners are as important as a good education. Seriously, you can have a high school diploma, you can have a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, heck, you can even have a PhD. But what does that mean if you're nothing but ill-mannered? If you have no social grace, no social skills, you're just ill-mannered, and you're just ugly to people. You treat the janitor, the waiter, the busboy, the cashier as someone that's not even worthy of occupying the same planet as you. That's right. You refuse to say yes, please, and thank you. Well, guess what? All that waste. All I can say is that's such a waste of time, energy, money, and education. If you cannot be humble enough to hold the door open for someone, to say thank you to someone, to say, hey, I'll pick that up, don't you worry about it. To say thank you. I mean, really, the big one is thank you. And all the other stuff, all the other stuff that would make your grandmother proud. If you don't do that, you're just, forget it. Yeah, you could have that PhD, you could have that high school diploma, but guess what? None of it matters. Because where you come from is where the good manners are born. And so someone failed you, and you failed yourself. And that's a terrible waste of time, energy, and money and education. You are a product of your decisions. You're a product of your decisions. See, your past has absolutely nothing to do with your present. Whatever happened to you in the past, well, it's over. You can't change it. You cannot go back in time and change it. Only your future can be changed. That means your future can be changed. So guess what? You need to do something about it. You make your decisions, you make them wisely, and you get what you deserve. But when you choose poorly, guess what? You will get exactly what you deserve. And sadly, far too many people choose poorly because their past and use their past as an excuse. Now that's nonsense. You're an adult, act like it. Act like it by accepting responsibility and driving on. Here's another one. Outside of your loved ones, outside of the people who truly love you, no one cares about what you think. They only care about themselves. Seriously, think about it. We all have that one person in our lives until it's time to, get rid of them, that, people they don't care. They do not give 2 cents about you unless they gave you 2 cents and they want it back. See, unless you can do something for them, they could care less about you. But when you need them to do you a solid, you get crickets. And it's sad, far too many people are like that. Hey, can you do me a solid? Hey, Dave, can you do me a solid? And then when Dave says, hey, can you do me a favor? Nothing. So just remember to keep things in perspective, that there's going to be people that are going to use you. There's going to be people that are in your corner that'll do anything for you. And you'll do just fine when you realize who they are. The sooner the better. And no matter how hard you try, you cannot stop change. It's going to happen. It's coming. It's change is a constant. It's the only certainty in life. Change will happen whether you like it or not. Embrace change, roll with the punches, and the punches are going to come. That's part of change. It's going to happen. Look at this COVID-19 pandemic that we're in. Folks, your legacy is the only thing that matters after you're gone. We're only here for a certain number of days. We don't know what they are, but we're only here for a certain number of days. And your legacy is going to be the only thing that matters after you're gone. Not your MJs, not your AJs, not your Toyota Corolla, not your PlayStation 3 game collection. not your water bongs. None of that matters. It's all about how you lived your life, what you taught others, who you inspired. Who can say after you're gone, you know what? Dave inspired me. And I do hope there's at least one or two out there. It's also about what you completed and what you have left undone. That's the only thing that matters. You don't see anything about anything tangible. Well, how many cars did Dave buy in his lifetime? How many houses did Dave own in his lifetime? How much real estate did he have? How much money was in his bank? No, it's about how you lived your life. Was it a good life? What you taught others? Were you teaching others? Were you imparting knowledge on others? Who you inspired? What you completed and what you left undone? Nowhere does it say what was the size of his checking account. That's what matters. Your legacy. Do something about it today. So here are the 10 wisdoms that only through time and getting older will bring you. Lost money cannot be found. Lost money can be found. Lost time is lost forever. Learning to learn and changing yourself is a superpower, so get to work. You are not your job. Again, get to work. Networking is about giving people time and attention, not about your business card. The best teacher you will ever have is your last mistake. Good manners are as important as a good education. Don't forget that. Make your grandma proud. You are a product of your decisions, not your past. So quit excusing yourself and quit making excuses for your past. It's your decisions that matter. Outside your loved ones, no one cares. No one gives a damn what you think. They only care about themselves. No matter how hard you try, you cannot stop change. And again, remember, your legacy is the only thing that matters after you're gone. So make it a good one. Leave a good legacy. So there you go. I'm giving them to you. Whether you pay attention or not to them right now is moot. But one day you're going to find yourself in an aftermath of a situation and you will realize you've just been handed something very special. And after a hardship, then you're going to remember, hey, damn, if I had only listened. So good luck on that one. Listen, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. Don't forget to do that if you haven't done so already. Like and subscribe, and hey, hit that bell for the notification. I'm Dave Guerra. This is Lessons in Leadership. Until next week, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We'll talk to you soon.